Hello, love bugs. How are you guys doing? Welcome back to another video with your girl Carol. Y'all, this is take 45.
Why did you have to say quiet on the set? Start over. Oh, God.
Hello, love bugs.
How y'all doing?
How you guys doing? Take 45. I told y'all when I try to do videos with my husband, you don't do right. Anyway, hello, love bugs. How are you guys doing? Welcome back to another video with your girl Carol. And today, guys, we're going to talk about the subject that we talked about in church. It really touched my soul, and so I just want to share it with you guys.
Click like, share, and comment.
Okay, the topic is the blessings. I guess I don't know if I left my S off. The blessings of brokenness. But anyway, guys, before we get into the topic, you already know, if you feel like you can benefit from some encouraging videos, by all means, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, click like, share, and
Comment.
okay. Push y'all back a little bit. Okay. So, like I was saying before, I think I said this like 17 times, but this is probably okay. Anyway, this really touched me because we always connect blessings with good things. We don't connect blessings with things that hurt us, things that break us, things that grow us. You know, we go through things in order for us to learn, in order for us to grow. And we don't look at those things as blessings. We look at those things as trials and tribulations, and we look at them as bad things in the moment. But sometimes you can look back over your life and you be like, you know what? I needed to go through that in order for me to be in this situation. I'm steady hitting it. But yeah, so a few little things that I put in my notes that really stuck out to me is one, that God wants to bless us. And when you think of blessings, like I just said, when you think of blessings, we think of good things. To be a blessing, first we have to be broken. Let that sit in your mind. Let that marinate. In order to be a blessing, you have to be broken. So what I get from that is, I can't bless y'all with words of encouragement or uplift y'all or motivate y'all if I haven't been through anything. I went through some times where I didn't think I would come out of it. I went through some times where I felt worthless. I felt like I was by myself. I didn't have anybody to help me. I just felt all alone. And in those moments, God was working on me. But in that moment, I just felt so worthless and so useless and so depressed, anxiety, and all of that. And I had to go through all of those things in order for me to be who I am today, in order to come to you and uplift you, encourage you, motivate you. So yeah, God allowed me to go through those things. And I'm really realizing that now, that God allowed me to go through those things in order for me to be what I need to be. I have to, not I have to be, but He has designed me to be a vessel for my people, which are you guys. And so I had to go through what I had to go through in order for me to be here on this platform doing what it is that God wants me to do. So that really touched me. So we go through things, and you may feel like those things are so horrible. You may feel like it's impossible, but your testimony is always to help somebody else. We go through things in order to help somebody else. We don't ever go through them for ourselves. We go through it to help somebody else. So you have anything you want to add to that?
You pretty much touched on it. That's true. Like, you go through things and you be like, dang, Lord, help me through this. Like, you be wanting to rush the process. You be wanting to get out of it. Like, you ain't get in it overnight, so he ain't gonna pull you out of it overnight. Like
That's true.
you have to go through things to grow you, to um, just to build that faith. I think God put you through things just to get you to lean on Him,
Oh, that's
like
good.
to make you stronger in your faith, because He wants the glory. He wants you to reach out to Him. He wants you to need Him. He wants you to have that relationship with Him. Because if you could do it all on your own, why would you need Him? So we go through life and we go through life so prideful, like, look what I did, look at this, look what I got. I did this, I did that, but you wouldn't be able to do any of that without God. And it gets to a point where He like, all right, you doing all you feel like this all you. This all you. So let me throw a little trial, a little tribulation. Let me throw a little hard time in there and see you get yourself out of that. And then we like, Lord, help me. You know, we want Him to pull us out. And that's the way we should be, period. Even in the good times, like, we gotta know that it's God. God is the reason for the season.
Every season.
Like
Every
the good and the bad. Like when you doing good, you gotta give God the glory. Just like reach out to Him. Like talk to Him daily. Like not just when you going through something. And I know that's just human nature. We tend to only reach out to Him when we having a hard time or we going through something. Like I deal with that. I deal with that a lot. Like when I feel like I'm doing good, you know, I'm all joyful and happy. But it's like when I get in hard times, it's like, Lord, why me? Like why am I going through this? And I find myself praying to Him more when it's a tough time, you know. But I want my relationship to be better, and I want to start seeing the blessing in the bad times, because it's a growth opportunity. Like it's gonna make me stronger no matter what. Like we're going through, like I'm going through a situation right now with the job I'm at. Like we getting to an end. Cause I'm in the construction field now. We're getting to the end. They starting to do layoffs and stuff, and it's like, man, it's like, it's just like, Lord, I hope I don't get a layoff. I hope, you tend to worry, like you don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, and you start to question everything, and it'd be hard. So I know that God is with me and everything is gonna work out, but at the same time, I am human, and I'll be like, man, I should have stayed at the fire department. Man, I don't know why I did this, you know, but I know that if I just stick with it and see it through, like it's gonna be a blessing on the other side. So that's pretty much all I got. Like we have to trust Him through it all.
Okay. That's really good. Okay, so I also, it says when you're going through it, don't try to get out of it. So that stuck with me because when we go through it, we don't try to stick it out. We try to push our way through. We don't try to learn the reason that we're going through this. We don't try to correct, the behavior that we that we have, the reason why we're going through what we're going through, we just try to push through it. We don't want to go through nothing. We want to get to the other side without going through what we got to go through to be able to maintain the other side. And so that really stuck out to me too, because I know there was a time where I didn't want to go through anything. I didn't want my kids to go through anything. So I would try to play God. I would try to stop whatever I could so they wouldn't go through it. But I'm stepping in God's way because that's their journey. And they have to go through things in order for them to grow and learn. And I'm stopping their growth in their and whatever God got for them, because I'm trying to, step in and be God myself. And that's even with my situations. I will always try to step in and take over. And like I did a video about being delivered from being controlling. I don't think that's the title, but it was about being controlling. And I tried to control the narrative of my life because I dealt with people taking from me, like taking my childhood, my purity, taking just taking valuable things away from me. So it's just like, in my mind, it's just like I gotta control every narrative, and so things won't be taken from me, or people won't mistreat me, or so I just parent that way. I wanted to make sure that my kids never had to deal with the heartaches and pains of life that I had to deal with, not realizing that they're going to have their own things that they have to go through. I just didn't want them to go through what I went through. But me doing that, I created things that I didn't even have to create in them or in their situations or whatever. So, yeah, just when you're going through it, just tough it out. Keep your eyes on God. Keep your eyes on Him, fixed on Him, and God gonna get you through. He gives you the tools to endure. You're tough. You're built for that situation. So that stood out. That stood out to me. And know that God is working on your behalf. Like, you may not see what God is doing, but know that He is working on your behalf. Know that he already, everything is already mapped out. Everything is already mapped out. Like, you don't have to try to fix it. You don't have to try to figure it out. You just need to go through it and allow God to do Him and do what He's trying to do, because He's trying to grow you and stretch you. At the end of the day, when we eliminate God, then we create chaos, stress, and other things that we didn't even have to go through because we're trying to do God's job. But when we allow God to be God, not saying we won't go through things, but I feel like God gives us the tools to endure whatever we go through. Okay. And and then patience. Have patience. And it says, have patience because God is protecting you. So,
that's one thing I have to work on. I have no patience. I pray God to move in my life. I'll be wanting it to happen like the next day, the next 10 minutes. I'll be like, Lord, give me a sign. I'll be wanting to just drive it out the sky.
Then
but God don't work like that.
And if it ain't the sign you want, Lord, give me another one. No.
No, that's fact. That's real talk. Like, you be praying to God, like, God, show me a sign. Like, if this is the direction I need to go, just show me. And then in reality, like, you hoping that He move on your behalf and you want your will to be done instead of His will. Mm-hmm. And then when He give you that sign, you like, man, that can't be it.
Yeah.
Like, Man, I don't know. That must be my subconscious or something. Cause I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
God ain't said that. Like, man, so you don't believe it, but like, it don't. If it's for you, it's gonna happen. If it's not, then it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, we
And
tend
that
to
is
get in.
God's no.
Yeah, we tend to get in our own way. We try to make things happen on our own, and man, it's a mistake every time. And He lets you know, like if you step out of God's will and you do it, you try to do it on your own. That you really gonna have tribulation. You really gonna have trials because it's like I ain't told you to go over there anyway.
Right.
You wanted to go over there. You put yourself in that situation.
And He
Now you
let
gonna
you.
feel it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't finna just go come over there and come on, Jeremy. I know you messed up. No, you gonna feel it. You gonna grow from this. You gonna learn from this. Like,
Yeah.
so you gotta have patience. Like that's just life. Period. Like I have to have patience with the kids. I have to have patience with my wife. Like I have to have patience with myself. You know what I'm saying? And boy, I ain't got it. I ain't got it at all. What you mean you ain't ready yet? You been in the bathroom for 20 minutes. Like, come on, we finna be late.
So what are you gonna do to work on your patience? Not with me, but just like when
Pray.
God is telling you to be okay. When
Pray.
God is telling you to be still in that moment, what are you gonna do? Because we have to realize that His way is 1,000% better than our way.
Yeah.
And it's just, I believe it's just all about trusting the unknown, trusting. That's the thing. Like we don't want to be in the, we got to know everything. Like we got to smell it, feel it, see it. Like we just got to know. And when God ain't moving fast enough, it's like then we jump in His way, and He could be right there, and we knock it out the way. So and then put our own little sauce on it, and then we mess up everything, and then now God pushed us back, and now we gotta it's like we get in the way a lot.
We do. And we try to rush God.
Yeah.
Lord, I've been praying, I've been reading,
It's like
it's like
we feel like because we the best Christian that thing's supposed to go just like we want it, just like because we done did this, we done did that. Lord, I didn't pay my tithes. Lord, I done did this. Lord, I didn't. And we act like God is a genie. We act like He's a genie, like we just rub the little lamp and He just come out, and our wish is His command. Is that how? Yeah. Our every wish is His. No. Yeah. Our every wish is okay. But that's how we act. We act like like God is our personal genie, and you forgetting that we're put here for His glory. He's not put here for our glory. We're put here for His glory. So we can't rub the lamp and think He gonna do everything that we want Him to do. Because a lot of things that we want is not even in His will.
I be in the car in the morning time, Lord. I pray that Your will be done. I wanna follow. I wanna be in Your will. We say that, and then when His will don't look like what our will is, we be like, man, you get down, you get discouraged because you want to be in God's will, but you still want your goals and the things that you want to come out of it, but sometimes what you want ain't what God wants for you.
That's right.
Like He could want something totally different, and I promise you, His want is 1,000 times more than what you want. Like we put limitations on God.
Our wants is so basic compared to.
We put limitations on just how big God is and how he want to bless us. But
lean not into your own understanding. Like we can't ever imagine how big God is, because we're thinking with our own minds, and God is like far beyond. But yeah, I'm sorry. Did I cut you off? I'm sorry.
no, you good. You good. I probably finna start stuttering anyway.
Okay, so another thing that stuck out to me was don't trade something that has eternal value for something that has temporary satisfaction. I think we all do that. If you're not doing it now, you have done it. And you got an example? It's just like basically like I'll get something basic. Cheating.
Yeah.
You in this, I mean, I'm gonna speak from a woman's perspective. Your man cooks for you, cleans, make sure you're good, make sure everything is just on point for you. Like you got, which just don't matter, but you got people like, dang, he makes sure she good, he makes sure this, he makes sure that. But maybe he drives
A charge.
No. Maybe he drives, maybe he works at McDonald's. And this guy comes in, nice looking. Okay. I had to pause for a minute. Okay, so then let me go back. Okay. Your husband does everything from A to Z. Good husband, whatever, and he has a little flaw, something that ain't even major. And then you see somebody else who you think the grass is greener. He probably makes a little bit more money. He may look a little better, whatever.
Nah.
But you risk all these years. This man got your back. This man do anything for you. You risk it all for a little temporary satisfaction. This man don't care about you. This man dog you out. This man then gave you X, Y, and Z. This man treats you like garbage. But you traded in something great, something that was going to last forever for a little temporary satisfaction. Does that make sense? Does that?
That sounds like a Tyler Perry movie.
It do, don't it? As I'm thinking about it. But yeah, we do that. We do that. And that's just like, that's what we do with God. Like we trade in his blessing, something that's going to hold us for a lifetime. We trade that in for something that we want in the moment, something that ain't going to last. We go out here and buy all types of cars, houses, and all of that. And a year in, it's like, you ain't happy no more. It's just, when God's way is so much better. When God's way is just so much better. God has so much more for us. I cannot stress that enough. God has so much more for us, and we trade in what God has for us for our own selfish reasons and our own selfish gain. And it doesn't hold weight to what God has for us. And we done missed out. And now we're sitting up suffering and crying and begging God to come help us do this and do that. And it was like God was there. God was there. He was just as close. And you gave up your internal for temporary. I hope there was some good examples. But anyway, you have an example?
No, I like your example. That was good.
Okay.
Okay. That's pretty much what I was gonna say. So.
And something I put, if God has something for you, it's for you. That's a good one. If God has something for you, it is for you. You don't have to go out here and rob, steal, kill, destroy to get it. If it's for you, it is for you. Point blank and period. If God says no, so when things don't happen, you yarning too much. But when God has something for you, it's there. You ain't got to beg for it. You ain't got to rob, steal, and kill for it. When it's not for you, you got to take it as that. Okay, God, this is not for me. But instead of us taking it that way, we want to get depressed, down, sad, and wondering why they ain't pick me and all this. And it's like, God said, no, take it for what it is and keep it moving. Why are you wasting precious times on something that God doesn't want? It's not in his will. So why do we keep wanting to push the issue? Like, let it go and let God do his thing. Okay. Anything else? I feel like I still hope everybody's still watching, because I feel like I don't know. Okay. This is a good one. If you really want to enjoy life, enjoy it in Jesus Christ. See, the people of the world are in the world, of course, and those worldly things look so much better to them than what God can give. You know, I think people think becoming a Christian is so boring. You know, there's no life. You just sit in the house. You wear skirts to your feet, and that's like far from the truth. When you begin to live for Christ and you begin to give your life to Christ, I feel like that's when you begin to live.
I'm sorry, y'all.
I feel like that's when you begin to live. Y'all don't worry about it, because he ain't coming back. He is not invited back.
Really?
Anyway.
I'm always invited.
No. Not on All Things Carol. No, that's not. Yeah, you invited to Carol De La Hart. You are. Mm-hmm. But anyway, you made me forget my point.
You said people think that being a Christian is boring. Basically.
Yeah, but I feel like when you begin to give your life to Christ, I feel like you begin to live. You begin to understand things better. You begin to look at things clearer. You begin to move differently. And I feel like, you know, God shines his light so bright that life is just, you get a whole new meaning of what life is when you give your life to Christ. So I disagree with being a Christian is being boring. I just feel like you now know what's important. You know your purpose in life, and you're not trying to waste it. You're being intentional on what you do with your life, how you move. You want to please God. You don't want to please man. See, when you of the world, you want to please man. You want to have this outfit on for this person. You know, you want to drive this because you want to show people that you got money. You live in life for people. But when you begin to live life for Christ, your life looks totally different, and it's not boring at all. It's full of life.
You living in your truth.
And your truth is not what the world say. I'm just saying, because I'm just saying, because we feel like, you know, that's what we say, you know, live in your truth. Don't do that. Live in your truth. I'm really doing this. Live in your truth. And your truth is being all things of the world that ain't got nothing to do with God. And that ain't your truth. Your truth is what God says. Okay. Go ahead.
I forgot what I was going to say. Nah, but you realize, you could tell when God working on you because you just start moving different, like, and you accept it. Like, people be like, man, you didn't change, or you act different. Whole time, like, that's just been you all along. Like, you was just doing things to fit in. You know, you doing things to fit in with the worldly stuff. Like, I remember back when I was younger, I would smoke weed and all that, and I thought that was so cool. Like, man, I used to smoke. I'd be like, man, I can freestyle better. Like, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just felt like, I don't know, but now that I look back, it's like, man, I was just doing things just to fit in. You know, that ain't even me. And as I got older, like, I'll be at parties and stuff, and people be drinking, and I'm just sitting back looking like, man, they look so slow. Like, why y'all acting like that? Like, and it's just like, that was just God. God was showing me, like, He was showing me how we look. You know what I'm saying? When we in that state of mind, like, you don't need all that to be.
Sure don't.
You know, like, you can live for God and still have fun. Like, you can be sober and still enjoy life. Like,
That's so true. That's so true. Ain't nothing like having all your mind.
what?
Oh Lord Jesus. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. Like, I'm just pulling my hair. Ain't nothing like, yeah, like being all there, you know, because when you're drunk and you're high, it's like you somebody else. And yeah.
I thought I was cool. I remember first time I smoked weed, I was with a friend. I was going over my friend how we was finna go to church on Wednesday, for the youth.
You was.
Yep. I was like 15, 16.
We
went, I was walking over his house, and ran into a guy from school. He was like, hey man, James ain't there. You can come over here until you get home. So I go over there. We on his back porch. He pulled out a joint and he lit it up, and
That's your first time smoking?
yeah, he lit it up. He was like, man, you wanna hit it? Here I go. Man, yeah, let me hit it. Man, I smoked that. Went to church. We were playing basketball outside. Boy, I was hitting every shot. I was like, man, like Kobe Bryant out here. Like, I'm thinking the weed and gave me some kind of special ability. I'm Michael Jordan out here. You know what I'm saying? In reality, it's just like, that was in me all along, but it's like, in my mind, it was the weed, you know what I'm saying?
The enemy wants you to think.
Like, I ain't need that, but that's just how it works. That's how the enemy plays tricks. He plays mind games, and he's like, oh yeah, that's good to you, ain't it? You like that? Yep. You don't need it. You don't need it.
None of it. You don't need none of it. But anyway, let's see what else before we wrap this up. Oh, now this right here, this spoke volumes to me. True blessings is not about how much stuff you accumulate. Because if you knew me back then, I was a label. Yeah, I know what they say, label. I was that. I felt like I had to have everything I seen, I wanted. And I put my value into things. I put my value into what I had, how I looked, how I dressed, where I stayed. yeah, I put my value into things, and your blessings is not things. The blessings is the simple things. Waking up in the morning, being in your right mind, having a loving husband who loves me back. You know, all my kids are here daily. I can talk to them. I can hear them. It's just like those are the blessings that matter, not the type of house you got or the cars you drive, or like that's an added bonus. It's not something that you just, don't get me wrong, God blesses us with, with those things, but I'm just saying those are not just because you got 17 houses don't mean, you're the blessed person.
Lord.
Oh my God.
They get the point.
They get the point. It don't mean that. It don't mean that at all. It just mean that you're a hoarder of things and you put your value into things, and everybody ain't gonna agree. And maybe it's you. Maybe you the one that likes to hoard things and put your value into things. But anyway, guys, I think we've been on here long enough. We sleepy. Y'all, we've been trying to figure out a topic for like 17 hours. And when I try to do a video with my husband, he can't get right, Y'all seen him doing all that movement. He act like we're in front of an audience. I don't know what it is, but I'm so thankful and grateful that he even came on here to do a video with me. And yeah.
I'm sleepy, y'all.
Yeah, but we're finna watch some YouTube videos.
You're finna watch me.
Anyway, so guys, remember, for the ones who are going through something, I can't even talk. For the ones who are in the wilderness, for the ones who feel like, there's no hope for tomorrow, they can't get through, they in the darkness, know that God is working on your behalf, and know that there's a blessing on the other side of your brokenness. Know that God got you. He sees you. He hears you. Sometimes God is just waiting on you to make a move. Sometimes we be sitting up really waiting on God to just drop something in our lap, and he just wants you to make that first step. Point blank and period. But guys, just know that I love you. You're amazing. You're awesome at every single thing that you do. Know that God loves you. You are uniquely made. And he didn't make a mistake when he made you. Period. But anyway, guys, again, I love you, love you, love you. And mwah.